Let's talk about working drawings. 1526 is going to be your first working drawing. Now, the thing about a working drawing is it's basically multiple parts in the same title block. They're either in detail, where you're drawing like the top and the front and the right side of individual pieces that make up one piece of equipment, or it's assembled all together to show you how those individual pieces go together. So this is our first drawing, and it's going to be a detailed working drawing. So we're going to actually draw views of these two parts. So this part, the gland, fits on top of the chamber. Okay, so these two pieces fit together. So what you're going to give me is the views of these parts. Now, they're round. They've got a round piece here, a round piece there. So we really wouldn't need a top, front, and right side of each of these, because one of those views is going to be superfluous and redundant. So you're basically going to give me the top and the front, the top and the front. Okay, so let's look at the actual parts first. With the gland, okay, you have a thread. It is a 2 1/4 12N thread. So this is going to be just a sharp V thread, the standard thread, the very first one that I taught you how to draw. Remember, the 2 1/4 is the outside diameter. Okay, that is the outer diameter. You also have slots, a 5/16 by 5/8 slot, 6 equally spaced. So the 5/16 is across, the 1/8 is deep, and this still curves. Okay, so these aren't going to be just flat slots in there. It's going to have this curve with it. So you're basically just going to offset this in 1/8. Pay attention to your measurements. This is telling you that from here to the top of the piece is 1/4, and then it goes back down a 1/16 of an inch. So it's got a slant to it. Okay, it has a slant. This piece, make sure that you pay attention to your angle here, the distance, the size of your holes, same type of thread. Here's the difference. You got to look at your part. This is an external thread. This is an internal thread. So remember, they go in different directions when you draw them. All right, so let's look at the actual drawing itself. Okay, this is what you're going to create. So here's your slots. Now remember, you have a command that if you just draw one of these, you can array it around in a circle. So just draw one and start typing in ARR, array classic, and make a polar array and draw all of them. This is going to be a sectioned drawing. See, we're going to make a section of this. So make sure you put in your section lines and make sure your arrows are pointing in the right direction. We're going to make it look very similar to the picture that we were given. So it's going to be a half section. When you make the threads in the half section, you have to draw the whole distance. You can't just draw, oh, I'm just going to draw it from the middle over. No, it will not line up correctly. Now, do you have to draw the whole entire thread? No, just draw one V and then remember, copy everything. But these lines need to project over to the other end of the thread in this part. Look at this section right here. See what we got going on? This is slanted down, and we've cut a slot in it, and it is round. So you have to show me all of that. So you are pulling down this point, this one, and this one. And then you have these pulled over so you know where that hits on that slant. Okay? So you've got to create what that's going to look like when you see it. Remember, the major diameter is 2 1/4. This is an internal thread, so it's cutting into the material here. So that's why this line is at the minor diameter, because the thread is cut into the metal. This is an external thread, so you have to draw the whole thing. You have to project these to the other side. Then you trim it out. Now, with this, if you draw the 2 13/16 this way and the 3 that way, I don't care. Either way you want to do it is fine, as long as it's projected the right way. Okay? Make sure you have all your center lines that you need. Make sure all your hidden lines are there. Remember, you've got to pull up inside diameters, major diameters, minor diameters, any hole that they have given you. So you've got to pull all of that up and show me the working drawing. Everything is dimensioned, it's fractional dimensions. Make sure that you use your annotate to put in the multiliters for the notations and the thread specs. And then you have to label the parts. So the text for the title of the part, that's 1/4 of an inch. The description of the part, that's 1/8 of an inch. The number, that's 1/4. And then don't get hung up on, oh, how do I make this? Draw a circle around it, okay? But whatever circle you draw around your number, you copy that circle and put it around the other number. So when we get to other drawings, all of these circles need to be the same size. We just don't randomly just make them different sizes just because we just picked a bunch of circles. So type in your text, make it the right size. You can use multi-line text to do that. Then come back and draw a circle around your number. So your finished drawing is going to look like this. Okay, it's going to fit in an 11 by 17. So make sure that you've got all your dimensions. Make sure you've double checked everything. Make sure that you have projected everything up that you need to, pulled everything down. Remember, it is a half section for both. Don't forget your arrows. So you should have in your multiliters, you should have the 2 different types of styles, the standard and the cutting, so you can swap back and forth between your notes and your cutting line. Make sure that the text size in your multiliter is the same text size as your dimensions. So go back through the video if you need a little help. This image is with the actual assignment. It's also in the files section. Everything I've ever given you on paper should be in the files section. And if any of you stopped by the school and picked up your folder, I went ahead and put all of these papers in all of your folders. Okay? So email me any questions if you have them. Good luck, guys.